Hello everyone. In this video, we will unbox this package which I ordered from Makerbazar. Inside of this package, we have about 45 electrical components. So let's start opening this box. While I cut through this, let me mention that this is not any kind of paid promotion video. I really found this website genuine. I have ordered from this site multiple times and I really like the price. Actually, it's about 50% cheaper than what we would find on the sites like Amazon or if you would buy these components locally. So yeah, I really like this site. So let's start digging into this box and we will take a look inside. So as you can see, the packaging is also really good. If we remove this bubble wrap, we can actually have a look what's inside of this box. So I guess we should keep this box to a side and we will take a look at each component one by one. So the first component we have here is this humidifier module. You can also check the model number if you need it. So let's cut through the plastics and we will see what's inside. So inside we have this main atomizer disc, the main circuit board assembly. Also we have some plastics to hold the atomizer disc. We will fully test this component in the upcoming video. Also we will make some project out of it, so stay tuned for the upcoming video. Next up we have this mini Tesla coil. So let's open the package and we will see what's inside. So the first thing is the coil. Then we have some small components, resistors and capacitors, the main breadboard, and some other components, including the main transistor. You can also check the number. So let's keep this aside and move on to the next one. So this is a Bluetooth 3.0 audio receiver module. This will be used in future projects, so stay tuned for those. So next up we have this connector, pretty handy and useful. You can check the model number. Next up we have this 775 DC motor adapter. This can be used to convert 775 DC motor to angle grinder or can be used in many other projects. Next we have this 31-in-1 screwdriver. The quality is not so good, but yeah, does its work pretty well. You can check which bits it contains. Next up we have this digital multimeter. So let's unbox this. Here we have the multimeter, the probes and the user manual. Removing the wrapper. The quality of the multimeter feels pretty well, feels well built. So let's try to power this on. So it has batteries, which is very good. If we compare the size of this multimeter with the regular multimeter that I own, the multimeter feels pretty huge. I don't know if it's an advantage or a disadvantage, but yeah, it's what it is. Next up, we have this DC to DC step-up converter. I ordered 2 of these. You can take a look. Next up, we have this resistor box. It contains all the resistors from the value 1 ohm to 1 mega ohm. The only thing I didn't like about these resistors is that the value is not mentioned, so you have to find by looking at the color code. Next up is a bag of zip ties. These are never enough no matter how many you buy. So yeah. Next up is this step drill bit. It's a pretty useful tool that I use almost daily. Let's remove this from the cover and we will see if the quality is good or not. So yeah, actually feels well built and the quality feels premium. So next up we have this brush wheel for the angle grinder. This is also a pretty handful tool. I use this to remove rust of the metal surfaces. And can be used for many other applications. Next up I ordered some 1 mm 1 meter rough wire. Pretty useful. Next up we have these alligator clips. Let's unwrap one and we will see the quality. The quality feels actually very good, like the rest of the products. Next up is this BMS, which stands for Battery Management System. This is, I guess, 10 ampere and 12.6 volt BMS, which is used for lead acid batteries. Next up, I ordered these multi-purpose knobs. These also come with buffers. The quality feels premium. Next up we have this 20 watt 12 volt LED. You can also check the model number. Now this is the only thing out of all the components that I didn't like. The quality is very bad and feels very cheap. Next up I ordered some transistors. You can check the model number. These are actually the voltage regulator transistors. One is 12 volt and one is 5 volt. Next up is a box of LEDs. This was very cheap. If you order these from the sites like Amazon, you will find these for double the price. Next one is this DC to DC buck converter. This is 5 amps. Let's uncover this and we'll have a look. The quality again feels pretty well, and we also have the control for current as well as the voltage. Next up we have this heat resistant nichrome wire, about 1 meter of this. Next up is this N20 gear motor. Now this also I got for very cheap. The wire is broken, but it can be attached again. The quality again is very good. Next up are some nuts and bolts. This is a multi-turn potentiometer. This is 10 kilo ohm. Next up we have this DC motor speed controller. One screw is missing, but the quality is good, so yeah, I would not complain. Next is a 12-volt buzzer. Next up is this fuse holder socket. Some heat shrinks, a 5-volt buzzer, you can compare the size of this with the one I showed you before. Next up is this mini breadboard. Next up is this check valve. This allows the air or water to pass in only one direction. So if we pump the air or water in one direction, it will go through the check valve, and if we pump the air or water in the opposite direction, it will not go. This is a nano grip tape. I saw this online on some video and found it interesting, so I ordered some. Next one is this angle grinder polishing tool. Next is this mercury ball tilt switch. I actually made a video on this one, so go check it out. This is a pretty unique switch. It has mercury liquid inside of it, which moves according to the orientation of the switch. So yeah, a pretty unique switch. So that was it for this video. Please stay tuned for the next projects and subscribe. Thanks everyone, and see you again.